Hey guys, Kira here, and this time, as you can see by the title, this is another review. I literally just finished reading this series 20 minutes ago. I'm mainly reading some shorter series about Memories of Emanon, Downfall, and all that while I'm reading Ippo, so I don't get burnt out. Because what I don't want to do is get burnt out of Ippo and then read a shorter series. I'd rather be still hyped for Ippo and then read something else that I'll still enjoy, so that something else doesn't happen. Because I get burnt out with series a lot if I read too many chapters consecutively. So yeah, that's basically why I'm reading a lot of these shorter series. If you do have any shorter series that you'd want to recommend me, just DM me on Instagram. I have my account there. I'll probably read it. It depends on how long. There is one 3 chapter series called Oars I want to read, but I just haven't gotten to it because for some reason my app doesn't let it do. But whatever. Anyways, yeah, if you have any suggestions for me, just let me know in a DM or something, or just add me on Twitter. But I don't really use Twitter, so that's gonna be difficult. But yeah, so if you want me to read a series, preferably let it be less than 20 chapters or around 20 chapters. I do want to read Gone, but that's mainly because it has 0 dialogue. So it's a lot easier to read, just read instead of having to read 20 chapters. So yeah, it's basically it. I would make this how I normally would, right? Story, character, and all that. But the series is so short, it's kind of hard to do that. So I'm gonna try to make this a bit more organized. Just talk about the good things and the bad. I probably won't do that. I probably just will rant about different things, not in a bad way. I'm just talking about the good stuff. Anyways, you know how these go, so let's get straight into it. Anyways, the first thing I liked about the series, and also the reason why I started the series, was the whole way they tackle the theme of memories and stuff. I really like that, and the concept, I guess, of remembering everything from the start of life. It's a very unique concept that you don't see a lot of the time. I also do like the fact that it's a short series, right? It's 9 chapters, and it doesn't try to stretch out the 9 chapters to 9 years or something. It's it takes place throughout 5 hours, 5 to 12 hours. I don't know how they set it up there, but it's less than half a day. And there's also a time skip at the last chapter. But yeah, the plot twist at the end was pretty cool. I really liked how it's not that big of a plot twist, but I liked how they worked it out. I like how there's a lot of stuff I like, right? The art style I both like and dislike, because it does feel I don't know, satisfying to look at, but at the same time it's not very detailed. It's not for everyone, the art style, right? It's just not an art style I show to someone who's starting to get into manga. It showed Berserks and Can Rock, Vagabond, stuff like that. And I don't know how to explain how I like the art style. I was gonna say raw, but that's not really how I'd explain it. It just looks good in my opinion. It's not great, but it looks pretty good. It's not the best at all when it comes to art. The characters were pretty good. They're not nothing out of this world. Again, you can't. I mentioned this before, but you can't make really good characters in 9 chapters. I mean, yeah, 16 Days of Happiness. Not 16 days. 30 Days of Happiness. 3 Days of Happiness does. I always forget. But at the same time, it's double the length almost, and it's a whole different type of story. And yeah, chapters flew by. I read it by volume just because I couldn't find it any other way. And for the first time, I actually liked reading it by the volume. I don't know. It felt more natural to read it by the volume. I don't know. I really recommend you would read it by volume instead of by chapters, since it just you don't see the transition. Because my problem a lot of the time with reading by the volume is you never can tell when a chapter ends and when another starts. So it's oh, I don't know. I don't know where you get this huge plot twist, and then next page is kind of not the best. So that's my main problem with it. And also I just see this sense of progress. But at the same time, every 20 pages, every start of what would be a chapter, there's a picture of Emanon, which is the main girl's name, and then what time it is, so you can get a general idea of how much time has passed. Also, the main 2 characters' relationship for 5 to 12 hours to be together, it progressed pretty quickly, and I still really liked it a lot. I think the only thing I didn't like too much was again the art. I mean, yes, I mentioned earlier I liked it, but at the same time I only like the character designs and the faces. When I was looking at everything else, I'm not talking about the backgrounds. I'm talking about for example, when it's a landscape spread, so it only shows I don't know, the boat or something. It's just not that good. I know it's kind of irrelevant, but the setting, I didn't talk too much about the series. The setting is on the boat, so that's kind of pretty cool. You don't really see that many times on a boat. Although it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, I guess there's probably some type of thematical meaning behind it. 1, didn't notice, and 2, don't care. Yeah, in case you've gotten this far and you just want to know what the series is about, it's about this girl, Emanon, who she just has like memories from her ancestors, right? So, for example, say one of her ancestors from like, I don't know, 3 billion years ago was a fish. So she'll have the memories from that time all the way to the present. Well, not to the present, like all of her ancestors and all the way up till she was born. When she's born, she still has those memories, but she doesn't, like, for example, say her mother's, like, for example, yeah, her mother's, she'll have those memories up until she's born. When she's born, she'll stop having all her mother's memories. Like, yeah, she'll still remember everything. She knows everything. It's not like she can't forget as well. Basically, she just knows everything about her ancestors, and she can't forget. And a good portion of the series, and probably the best part of the series, albeit like, a short part, is her talking with the guy on the boat whose name I don't even know, and they're just talking about like whether or not her having all those memories is a good thing, why, what the meaning behind them could be, and everything. I just really like how they tackle it, because it's nor a good nor bad thing. The way he talks about it, also, he's not saying it's a good or bad thing either. It's a really like grayish area, both good and bad things about it. And yeah, I don't know. I really like how they do it. There's a lot of like stuff you can imply in the series. And again, the twist at the end, I really liked. I just felt like pretty cool. It's not something that'll blow you out of the water, but it's still a decent, twist that you'll probably enjoy. As for the series as a whole, though, I know it's kind of out of nowhere, but as for the series as a whole, as far as like short series go, let's say like below 90 chapters or like below 50 chapters, I'd probably give it like a solid 8. When it comes to how like series in general, which I don't find a fair comparison, because for example, One Piece is like 1,015 chapters, I'm pretty sure. So I don't, it's obviously not a good comparison to compare 9 chapters to 1,015 or anything along those lines, because it's just, One Piece has the time to, carefully construct every character, construct these great arcs, whereas this, it's a lot shorter, right? So you really don't have the same time, which is why I generally don't like to have short stories and normal series as a whole on like the same list, because it's really not comparable. Just because they're super short. It's like having a one shot and then comparing it to Hajime no Ippo. You can't compare, say, 50 or 100 pages to 1,342 chapters. I'm pretty sure it's what Ippo's at right now. I don't even know. I'm not even caught up. So yeah. But as far as short stories go, 8 out of 10. As far as in general, I guess I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I don't know, but I liked it. It's not like other shorter series where I kind of struggled to read it. I actually did find it very enjoyable, and probably one of my favorite short series. I didn't like it as much as Downfall, but like when it comes to pure enjoyment, I like this more, because Downfall isn't a series to be enjoyed. I'll make a video on that some other time, but just as far as like how good it was, I guess I enjoyed Downfall more. I think Downfall is the better series. And I'm not saying like some type of objective way. I'm just saying as far as how good they were and how I placed them on a tier list or just on a list in general, Downfall's higher. I will have to explain myself soon, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm rating this objectively or anything. The only time I'll ever talk about like writing or something is when I'm trying to jokingly call a series bad, or when I'm trying to like tell someone, oh, what you should read this because. So like, or even sometimes in my reviews we'll talk about the story, but I wouldn't even consider that the same thing. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't want to drag this out too much, since a good amount of this isn't even me talking about the series. It's talking about something else. I don't even know. So yeah, if you liked the video, let me know what you thought down below. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.